The athletes competing in the women's up to 86 kilos and over 86 kilos Group B.
So one more event coming today, the women's up to 86 and over 86 finals. Orangeral Bayanjarangal of Mongolia being first to go. Daniel Nunez of Uruguay. For Libya, Gofran Flesh. For Turkmenistan, Maya Shaparova. And for Libya, Ghazala Alakouri. For Turkey in Group A, the Chinese Taipei, Lin Si Hui. Next up for Great Britain, Louise Sugden. For Brazil, Tiana Medeiros. For China, Deng Zhumei. Ukraine, Natalia Olinik, the European champion. And again for China, Asian champion, Zheng Feifei. And now let's see who the referees are going to be for this last final of Sunday as we approach midday. Chief referee will be Olga Pokibashina of Kazakhstan. The left side referee Mohammed Imam El Zayed of Egypt. And the right side referee Lee Yujin of Korea. Technical controller for the final, Nasir Mohammed of Malaysia. Technical delegate for the week, Zita Gyako of Hungary. As you see, the members of the jury here as well for this final: Ahmed Al Hamadi, the United Arab Emirates, Yari Line of Finland, and Priyana Kanakate of Thailand. So that's it, 2 sets of medals available in this. The women's up to 86 and over 86 kilos final, and they are both on the way.
that all you got? Yeah. I only got one question. So is that all you got? You go big or stronger. You push harder. Is that all you got? You climb higher, faster. So is that all you got? You put your best in the rest in. No resting. Is that all you got? So you a victor. I only got one question. So is that all you got? Yeah, look at you now. So is that all you got? Take a look at you now. So is that all you got? Look at you now. Is that all you got? Yeah, I only got one question. So is that all you got?
Well, the session started at 10:30 Dubai time. It should be over about 1 o'clock. I've been doing this 10 years in powerlifting. I think this is the shortest day we've ever had. Not complaining. Countdown's on. Up to 86 and over 86 kilo finals. So now let's start off with another championship debutante. Actually, she's not even had a championship yet to her name. International debutante Uran Jagal, Boyan Jagal of Mongolia, going here for 45. International debut comes at the age of 33. There are always roots into the sport, no matter how young, old, or in between you are. So again, starting off here at 45 to get this on the board more than anything else, and then after that see where she goes to from here. Still got plenty of time on her side. 45 for Boyan Jagal. Good lift. She's worked that really well. Well, that's the way to do it, and she can go higher. She can definitely go higher than that, I'd imagine. Boyan Jagal, great starts. International career is off to a flyer. Likewise, Aldana Nunez, who started in the last 9 months. She made her debut in Veracruz at the World Cup there. Didn't register a mark, but did when it was off to Rancagua in Chile a couple of months later in the build-up event for the Para-Pan Ams. And in that, for Uruguay, she won the bronze medal. So a big debut from a Uruguay point of view. She is the first to compete in the sport for Uruguay. And going here for 50. And that is a good lift. Nunez for 50. That was excellently done. All of these, by the way, the first 4 are in the up to 86 kilo final. The heaviest attempt will be in the over 86 kilo decider. This is very positive from Aldana Nunez's point of view. Gets 50. And that's a lifetime best. She got 45 to win the bronze in Rancagua, just outside Santiago, ahead of the Pan Ams. Next for Libya, Gofran Fleisch. In her first international event, and she's starting with 60. She turned 24 a couple of months ago, just at the end of 2023. She was born with a few weeks to go in 1999. Do you remember that? What an exciting time of life that was. Just getting her legs settled at the moment. So Fleisch for 60. She was originally looking actually at 55, and obviously backstage she's been breezing through this, I would imagine, and she has done that. Lift 60. That is a very, very good lift. Well, we've got three relative newcomers. Two making their debuts today on an international stage, and one who did that not even a year ago. And they have all got their first marks in. And actually, same story for Maya Japarova of Turkmenistan, 17th in the World Championships, which was her international debut across an Al-Hab Tour last August. 17th in the Worlds, and then 6th in the Asian Games in Hangzhou. So here she is, Sergey Maledzi's with her again. After his tilt at titles during the week. So 70. And that is also a good lift. This is going very well. So we've got four who are all reasonably new to the scene, two who are completely new to the scene. And this has been a very, very glorious start. This is how to do it. This is where to start it. The biggest of the World Cups. Also from Libya, Ghazala Alakouri going for 80 here. So she made her major championship debut at Sydney 2000 in terms of the Paralympics. Before that, the 1998 Worlds here, which was the first World Championships to have female competitors, to have women on the stage. It was the second World Championships after Uppsala in Sweden in 1994. The former African Games champion. And she also was Libya's flag bearer in Rio at the opening ceremony. So this for 80. Good start to the competition. This in the over 86 kilo final. And Alakouri is off the mark. So they've all got good lifts, all five of them. An excellent start to the morning's work for them all. It gets a bit tougher after this, it gets a bit heavier after this, but this is all good progress.
For the second attempt representing Mongolia,
So now we go into the second round of lifting. And we're back again with Urunjar Benjargal, who's going for 51 here, so she would leap above Nunez if successful. These are all lifetime bests pretty much that are being sought today. This for 51 to overtake Aldana Nunez of Uruguay. 51 for Bayan Chagao.
No.
And she's not got it. It's the stop sequence for them all. And the press for a centre referee as well. So she has one lifetime best. And she'll have to return for that a little bit later, representing Mongolia. Problems there. It's just that subsequence and it just didn't make the sufficient contact, so Aldana Nunez stays where she is in third place for now and going for another new lifetime best Uruguay of 55. Again, this would give her a good lift in terms of the total score as well. It's just getting all of these in for what will be a second lifetime best. So for a second lifetime best of the day, this for 55. It's more of a challenge. That's might be all right. Took a slight detour on the way up. Oh, it's not all right.
No.
The press was good. The stop sequence wasn't. So misses out on the stop. That's the thing to be fixed. The press was all right. So stop sequence. Just going wrong and not enough. Next up, Goffran Fleisch of Libya going here for 64 and another lifetime best in her first international event. So nobody's been successful with their second attempts. Everybody got their first attempt in, but look at that. She's got that raised really quickly at 64. Good technique, good and clean. He pitched that very well at her. She had a rise of 4, Nunez 5, and Bayan Jagal 6. But Fleisch is the first to get a successful lift in this second round. Absolutely brilliant. It's turned out to be a really good debut for her. Maya Japarova for Turkmenistan, going now for 75, and again aiming for a lifetime best. That's the territory that we are firmly in today for all of these. So Japarova for 75. Oh, she's absolutely blasted her way into the bar. Oh, there was nothing like a minute left. Ah, fantastic by Japarova. Lifetime best 75. Just burst onto the bench, got the lift. Thank you very much. There was still 1:21 left on the clock. Not that it mattered in the slightest to her. So she and Sergei Mladzen can aim for 80 in the next round. All aiming high. Into the over 86 kilo final. Ghazala Alakouri for Libya got 80 in the opening round. She's in the Legends competition as well, so she's got extra to aim for. She's the only one in the Legends in the entire set, so she gets gold medal for the best lift, gold medal for the total lift, and she's hit lifetime best as well, so she qualifies for it. It's not a case of coming in and lifting an empty bar and you get it. You have to earn it, and she has earned it. So Alakouri getting 90 raised, and that is a good lift. She had to fight against the bar a bit. Anything well in advance of that will be an added challenge. She did well there. She fought against it well. She kept it clean. That was the important thing. It was 2-1 in her favour. The centre referee voted her down on the press. Now she's done very, very well. Was really, really battling to keep that clean. It was clean enough. So into the final round in this Group B. Staying at 51 is Uran Jagal, Bayan Jagal of Mongolia. Sodom Piljiang Bayer has definitely blazed the trail for everyone else. As we've seen in so many countries, you get a good champion, you get somebody who's in the news a lot, people see the sport, get interested in it, and net result of it, we end up getting more competitors from that country on the international stage. Bayan Jagal now 51. Worked hard on that. Press was not quite okay. It's 2-1 against on that. And so she gets one lifetime best, but not the 2 in her international debut. But this time, the stop sequence was okay. No issues with it. Unlike last time, there was the press that just needed to be a bit tighter in the way. It just didn't look with the naked eye to be an even one as we move on to Aldana Nunez of Uruguay. So going again at 55 where she missed out last time. She didn't get it with her second attempt. Lifetime best of 50 in the opening round, so this for 55 once more to move her on. So 55 for Nunez for Uruguay. Well, it made it in the end. And that just about kept moving. She'd managed not to do anything wrong with that. Hadn't dropped down, kept it even, kept it moving, and when it was stopping a little bit, she wasn't juddering the restart on the way back up, which would give you the uneven press. So it took a while, but she'd actually done everything right with that. It's really worth taking a look at this on the way up, as second lifetime best of the day, by the way. That's keeping moving all the time, and parallel, hands were kept even the whole time. She kept the even press up. Another time when you're stopping, you'll get voted down because you don't restart properly, or obviously it'll drop down a little bit, and that's the lift terminated immediately. You can halt it. They don't give you forever, that's the important thing. Yeah, she made it work. Good lift that. Gofran Fleisch now for Libya, going for 70. She's got all of her lifts in so far. And this take a whopping lead in terms of the total lift as well. So she is second place at the moment in this Group B in this up to 86 kilo final. And there were 3 competing in this in Group A. So if somebody slips up in Group A, she's potentially looking for a medal there. And Fleisch has got them all. She's weighted those really well. 70. 3 lifetime bests on her international debut, and that is comparatively spectacular. Really good work. That gives her 70. She's in the silver medal position right now. And in terms of the total lift, she's up to 194, which is worth keeping an eye on. Obviously, this is the second heaviest of the weight divisions. That's the second heaviest of the weights. Maya Japarova of Turkmenistan weighting very well. She's got 70, she's got 75, this is for 80. This is for a good lead in the up to 86 kilo final, and also in terms of the total lift. And again, she didn't waste any time. Gets the 80. It is a big lead in terms of the main competition and the total lift as well. And Japarova of Turkmenistan has hit new dimensions today. Oh, she's done brilliantly. She was so delighted when she got that lift in, and Sergei Malachi, her coach on stage also.
For the third attempt, representing Libya,
So the over 86 kilo final returns, and Ghazala Alakouri, now she's lifted 80 and lifted 90. The 90 one was a toughie, she got it. This is 94, and again we're deep into lifetime best territory here. Those three competing in this as well in the A group coming up. 6 in total in Group A. And what they're pitching for medals all the way, those 6. Well, Alakuri's got that raised. That is a good lift. It's 2-1 in her favour. And the one vote against was in terms of the stop sequence. There was no issue with the press. So we've only had 3 misses in this entire group, and it's been mainly made up of David Ons. Alakuri certainly not that, as we can date her back to the first World Championships that women competed in, which was in the 20th century. But still, at the age of 50, and she's the only legend in this, so she gets medals all the way. She wins the Legends competition. She's hit high marks in this. She also wins the total lift. And we've got 5 minutes before Group A comes along. So enjoy the highlights. We'll be back shortly.
Kilos category and over 86 kilos category. In Group B, we have in the Load the bar to 98 kilos, rack height 11.
So ready to go with Group A, and we have got a litany of champions. They've all won major titles at one time or another, and most of them are reigning champions. Lin Su Hui, first of all, for Chinese Taipei. The 2004 in Athens, 2008 in Beijing, Paralympic champion. Bronze in London, bronze in Rio, 2012, 2016, her first Paralympic Games. Sydney 2000, the first that female powerlifters could compete in. She was fourth in that. The three-time world champion, most recently here within these four walls 10 years ago. That was her third title. Asian Games champion 2014 in Incheon, 2018 in Jakarta. A couple of years out of the game then. At the turn of the decade, she's not quite been the same since. The results have been a bit lower down in recent championships, but she's here. And, well, she gets this. She's in the lead. This is in the up to 86 kilo final. Lin for 98. And she's there. She'll be on the board. She'll be on the podium. That was very well done by Lin Su Hui. Lifts 98. That is a very impressive lift, actually, in terms of what she's done lately. And she's still only 42. It's tremendously impressive from Lin Su Hui. So now for Great Britain, Louise Sugden. Paralympic bronze, the former European champion in Bexamare in 2018. Commonwealth Games silver in Gold Coast the same year. And in the World Ability Sport Games in Thailand in December, she took the title there. Another of those, and actually maybe the first of those from a British point of view, who crossed over, having been really successful in one sport, wheelchair basketball, where she'd medals aplenty. World champions in 2014, a couple of Euro bronzes, and since then she's picked up 3 major international medals, and the World Ability Sport Games is kind of another circuit, but also doubled as a World Powerlifting World Cup in December.
1 minute.
This for 123. She's made that work well. That's a good lift. That's 3 white lights and Louise Sugden, and she hits the front. Originally was looking at 130, went for 123 instead. That was the right choice. Tom Whittaker, coach within the national team coach, and she leads. And considering the margin that she has over Lynn, that will be at least silver in this up to 86 kilo final. How good was that for Louise Sugden? Definitely worth getting up early for if you're watching back home. Very well put away. And more to come for Louise Sugden. So now Tiana Medeiros now. The Pan Am champion. The Americas champion. The Paralympic silver medalist in Tokyo. And straight away, looking to break the America's record that she set in taking Pan Am's gold in Santiago. And with the professor on stage, Weverton Santos. Didn't register a mark. Crossed down an abdur at the World Championships. She more than made up for that in Santiago. The crowd's there. Fantastic. And she goes 5th in the race to Paris with this. Top 8 definitely in. Louise Sugden, by the way, is in 8th spot on 127, so she's not going to be overturned in that today. Medeiros can go higher here from 6th to 5th in that. New America's record attempted here. She has it! She has it! 3 white lights to Tiana Medeiros. She's in the gold medal position and looking good for gold. Brilliant effort. She has broken her own America's record, which lasted 3 months. And she leaps up a spot in the race to Paris as well. Magnificent, really strong lifting. So now we go to the over 86 kilo final. Now Deng Junmei and Zheng Feifei are both in this, reigning world champions in different weight categories, but they're both together here. Deng going first. Reigning Asia Oceania Asian Games World and Paralympic champion. If they'd entered her in anything else, she'd have won that too. So here she comes. 143. And that is a good lift. That is a very good lift. That really sets up the rest of the competition. Of that, there is no doubt. It is game on in the over 86 kilo final. The European champion comes now for Ukraine, Natalia Olinik. And she's going straight away to try and break her European record of 153 with 143, I should say, with which she set the European record in Tbilisi last year. Now she won silver in Dubai in the up to 86 kilo final. That's what she lifted 153 in, so she can definitely do this. The European record her target straight away. The European champion. But moving up to the heavier weight category here, silver in Tokyo, the Paralympic Games. World silver last year in Dubai. World bronze previous time, 2021. From Popozna. To break her European record from last year, and she has done it. That is 2 continental records set in the one session, in the one round, within 2 lifts of each other. Olinik in front for Ukraine. That was quite something. And again, she can only go on because she holds the records in the 2 heaviest weight divisions, and in the up to 86, where she was obviously a lighter body weight, she went much heavier than she has done in this of the heaviest weight division, so she can definitely go on quite a lot, I would have thought. Zheng Feifei, and she holding a multitude of titles as well. The up to 86 kilo world champion, the up to 86 kilo Asian Games champion in Hangzhou, both last year. She's the world record holder at up to 86, going to 158. The world record in this over 86 kilo category is 160. The Asian record held by Deng is 157. So keep those in mind just in case. Going for 147 here. This is the World Cup that's produced most world records. Deng is currently second in the race to Paris in this. I would suspect that Zheng will be in the up to 86. She's only actually weighed in 1.5 kilos into this weight division, so it'll be the lower one she'll be in Paris. She set the standards there. Trying to set standards here. She has. Zheng leads. China 1, China 3 right now. She's lifted 147, and that's impressive from Zheng. Could it be anything other than impressive? The reigning Asian Games champion, silver in the Worlds and the Paralympic Games, behind Josephine Orji. Well, they're looking good for 2 medals. I'll put it like this, nobody's going to prevent them getting 2 medals now. There's no unknown candidate is going to come in from behind the stage and come out of nowhere. The medalists are certain, the order is not. Up to 86 kilo final. Lin Tzu Hui of Chinese Taipei going for 103. So looking to break the 100 barrier.
1 minute.
Well, she dominated in the noughties and a good bit of the teens. And that's a good lift. Oh, she's having a really good morning in Dubai. She's got 98 and 103. And Lin has got both. It's a good total lift as well. Well, she responded very well to the challenge. And away she goes. It's an interesting reaction actually after the lift from her. I don't know if that was grogginess or what was it, but anyway, she got it. Louise Sugden up next for Great Britain. She's got a nice bit to aim for herself. 128 being targeted by Louise Sugden here. So, in terms of the race to Paris, she's 8th right now in 127. This would add 1 to it. Marian Serrano of Chile is on 131 in 7th. Randa Mahmoud of Egypt, 6th and 132. And Tiana Medeiros is next up on the list, but trying to pull away from everybody else. Targeting 4th, she is. Sugden would be very happy to get a few more kilos in. Yang Jae-won is next up for Korea, who'd be 9th and 121. There are 2 wildcard spots as well as the top 8 to make it. So Louise Sugden, 128. She's worked through that really well. And that is a clean bill of health. 3 white lights for Louise Sugden. Goes to 128. It's turning out to be a really good morning for her as well. Not an issue with that at all. 3 white lights. And for Great Britain, well, she's going to pick up the silver medal. There's no doubt about that now at all. Tiana Medeiros, everything from here on in, an attempt at a America's record, having broken her own mark earlier. That was 133. This is 136. This would put her just outside the runaway top 3 in terms of the race to Paris. I would very much doubt she'd be overtaken at this stage if she gets it. Everybody else in the 130s, apart from Louise Sugden, who can change that in the next round. Sugden 8th and 128. So here she is, going strongly for another record, and she really looks primed for it. She's done it again. It's another America's record for Tiana Medeiros. She's on her way to the gold in Dubai. It's her 2nd America's record of the morning. Louise Sugden was looking to maybe nip in if she'd missed this, but Medeiros has just gone out of sight. She rises to 4th in the race to Paris, and it's very difficult to see how she would not be there. Medeiros 1, Sugden 2, Lynn 3. That's the 1, 2, 3 in the up to 86 kilo final. Still a round to go, and that is surely how they're going to finish. So next up, the over 86 kilo final, and it's Deng Jumei. This is her usual territory. 148 this is. She holds the Asian record at 157, which is worth keeping in mind. And she's way up in terms of the race to Paris as well. She's lifted 150 for that. This is 148. The Ali of Egypt. Queen of the castle right now. Deng to take the lead, to leap from 3rd to top. She's done it. She's in front. Now this is some fight for the gold. It's a 3-way fight for the gold. And Deng Jumei up to 148. Her next lift will have a lot in it. A lot riding on it now. So now going for another European record, Natalia Olinik going for 149. Remember, she holds the European record a weight down from here on 153. And this for her to take the lead, the reigning European champion, World and Paralympic silver. So we've got 2 sets of Asia Oceania Asian Games world champions, 1 Paralympic champion, a European champion, a former European champion, and the current Americas and Pan Am champion in this. They get fields that are world championship quality. So Olinik is currently third in the race to Paris. Deng is now second, actually. Zheng is just behind, but not in third. Olinik is third. Olinik would go third in her own right with this. And she has. The European record is extended. 2 European records in the morning for Natalia Olinik of Ukraine, and she takes the lead. 2 Americas and 2 European records today. This is some final. The 2 biggest weight classes are giving us 2 of the biggest finals. Superb.
For the second attempt representing China,
Zheng Feifei, who was almost guesting at this weight division today. 147 she got earlier. So this is for 152. She is the world record holder in the up to 86 kilo division. 158. 160 is the world record in this one. So Zheng holds all the major titles bar the Paralympic one in up to 86. Silver in the Paralympic Games. Alice Oluwafemiyayo of Nigeria took the gold in that. Zheng took the silver in the up to 86 kilo final. Louise Sugden got the bronze. Mani Ali, who's fourth spot. Nadia Eli is currently top of the rankings in this, and Zheng would overtake her in the race to Paris and to lead here, and she has done it. 152. The weights are getting stratospheric now. Zheng leads 152. Olinik, European record, second, 149. Deng, third, 148. The world record is 160. The Asian record is 157. And there will be certainly more attempts at records in the final round. That is the only thing that can happen now. Nobody has missed in Group A either. 12 perfect marks. And the last 16 lifts in the whole competition have been good. And actually, you throw in Group B, we've had 27 lifts, and 27 have been good lifts. This is some standard. There's only a handful of the best in the world who are not right here, right now this morning. Lin Tzu Hui going for 108 for Chinese Taipei. And it's still worth getting this. So Louise Sugden is second at 128. Tena Medeiros leading on 136. But Lin, worth getting this because of the total lift. This may yet be a lift for gold in the total.
One.
108 for Lin Tzu Hui. Give her a total lift of 309. Steadily does it for Lin, and it is a good lift. She's got all of her marks in. She leads in terms of the total lift, a perfect set of marks, 3 white lights. So Lin gets the bronze. Sugden currently in silver, but Lin leads the total lift. 2 lifts to go in this weight division, up to 86 kilos. Really, that's all that she could do here this morning. Two lifts to go in this up to 86 kilo final.
For the third attempt, representing Great Britain, Lee Sugden.
So Lee Sugden on the way now and aiming for 132. Lifted 123 to win the World Ability Sport title in Thailand in December. Lifted 127 for 6 spots in the World Championships. 132, a bit deliberate, would send us 7th above Marian Serrano in terms of the race to Paris. And it would by 1 beat her mark that won a Paralympic bronze in Tokyo of 131. And it would be a lifetime best. But it will also send her a spot higher in terms of Paris qualifying. Louise Sugden, 132. Here she comes. That's a fight. I don't think it's going to make it.
No.
Well, it's 2-1 against on the press sequence. That was for a lifetime best of 132. So she misses out on it. She does get the silver medal here. She stays 8th in terms of the race to Paris. Should have liked to have come away with a new mark. She will come away with a silver. And that means she is locked in for bronze in the total lift. That is guaranteed now. No matter what happens with the final lift in this up to 86 kilo final. Tiana Medeiros has the gold. And right now she has silver in the total lift, and this is for gold in the total as well. It is also for the 3rd time today for an America's record, which was 131 from her Pan Am gold medal winning performance. She's 4th in the race to Paris. This to make it an even stronger position to add 4 from her previous mark. So the final pointed words of instruction from the national team coach, Weverton Santos. So 140 for a 3rd America's record of the day. She's done it! She's done it! 140! New horizons for Tiana Medeiros, well in excess of her gold medal lift in Santiago for the Pan Ams. She's well primed for the Paralympic Games. Don't worry about that. And after her Paralympic silver in Tokyo, she's well on the way to looking good for Paris, no doubt about that. She is a contender. She's a 3-time America's record breaker today. She is actually entitled to come back again for the powerlift if she wants to do another one. So 3 to go, and all into the 150s now in this over 86 kilo final. And the question now is, how far can we go? Each of these lifts is for the gold. Deng, this is her usual weight division, going for 153. Her Asian record 157 set here at the Fazza World Cup in June 2021. So Deng currently in third position, 148. This for 153. And also put Deng top of the race to Paris. Zheng will be in her own weight division, which is under 86, up to 86. Only one lifter per nation. Ho 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 ho. Deng, brilliant. Into the lead. She has delivered all the way. 153. It is the best lift in the race to Paris. She overtakes Zheng, who has the chance to jostle past her in a moment. But that was an incredible lift. And 153 is only 4 off her Asian record, and it is only 7 off Josephine Orji's world record. Natalia Olenik now for Ukraine, and it's worth remembering as well, everybody can come back for a power lift and go for further records, and that now does go towards the final result and the medals, which all changed 2 years ago in history. It never did before. So Olenik going for 154. This would be another new European record. It would be a lifetime best. 153 is a European record in the up to 86 kilo division. So this for the lead. This to go in front in the race to Paris as well. This for a third European record of the day. I think that's everything. But if they all come back, if they all get their lifts in, they can all nominate themselves for a power lift, which in the case of Olenik would be for another European record. In the case of Deng and Zheng, they'd have to go for the Asian record, if they wanted to. Olenik 154 for another European record. She goes in front. She goes in front in everything. The heaviest lift of her life. That might be the gold in Dubai. The European record has gone 3 times today. She is in the gold medal position, and she now leads the race to Paris in this weight category. She is the leading European in both this and the up to 86 kilo division. She will be in Paris, and she has the luxury of choosing which event to concentrate on. So now, this for 155 from Zheng Fei. This is 2 kilos off Deng's Asian record. This is for the gold. This is to take the lead in terms of the race to Paris, but the up to 86 category is her division. We will see her in that and Deng in this in Paris. It is an immense long shot that that would not be the case. So Zheng, who is the third heaviest weight in terms of the race to Paris, but she's the second Chinese on the lift. Nadia Ali was leading, and now she's got 3 above her, and Abiji as well for Nigeria, who was so high up in the list, now is 4 names above her. But there's a lot hanging on this. So Zheng Fei, first of all, with the last lift in regulation. But the way the rules are now, all 3 in this with successful lifts can go on to the power lift for 1 extra attempt each. They would be record attempts. They would also be attempts on the gold. These rules not in play at the Paralympic Games, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Every other event, yes. This, no. Paralympics, no. This, absolutely yes. Zheng Fei, 155. For the lead, and maybe for the win. She has won maybe the other. 155, and it will only take an Asian record or another European record to beat her now. Brilliant lifting. Zheng 155, Olenik 154, Zheng 153, and now we wait. They could all go for a power lift. Hey, if I was advising them, I'd say do it. Because the thing is, from Zheng's point of view, if nobody does, then she may as well just take the laurels and the gold now. But if anyone else does, then surely they all have to go for it. Wait and see. We're all very feverishly watching the scoreboard. Zheng's going to go for the world record. 161. So we will go on. Zheng is in the gold medal position. What about the other two? Do they want an attempt at the gold? They have a few minutes to declare. Zheng has already declared. Zheng will return for the power lift. And Deng and Olenik have declared. Deng gets the bronze, Olenik the silver, and her 3 European records. So Zheng could have gone for the Asian record for this at 158. Deng could have as well. And Olenik could have gone for 155 plus for a new European record, but we're only seeing Zheng back in.
China, Xing.
So Zheng Weifei is looking to break the world record of Josephine Orji of Nigeria, set in taking gold at the Rio Paralympic Games at Rio Centro. It would also be a new Asian record held by her teammate Deng. This is Deng's domain usually. Zheng guesting, if you like. And here she is. She has taken the gold. She does lead in terms of the race to Paris in the heaviest weight division. Right. Fancy she'll take her spot in the up to 86 kilo final. So world record attempt for Zheng Weifei of 161. She's had a brilliant competition. We always see her in the up to 86. World champion for the first time in Dubai last year. Back-to-back Asian game titles. And the Asia Oceania title in Korea in Pyeongtaek 2 years ago. From Handan. Spot at the top of the Paralympic qualifiers is hers for now. The gold is hers. She's won the total lift. This is solely about the world record. Zheng Weifei for 161. She's got it up there. No lift. Stop sequence, all 3. Doesn't get it. Well, she gave it a brilliant go. She had the lift. Nobody's voted her down in the press. It was the stop sequence that denied her. She's had a bit of fun in a different domain today. She wins it, takes the gold. Wins the total lift as well. Look at that stop sequence there. Wasn't lots in it, and the fact that all 3 referees voted her down independently tells you all you need to know. No noticeable contact with the naked eye from their views, and they are they're closer in even than the focus. If you get a chance to see it again, yeah, there's no contact at all. She just brought it down a bit more, let it stay another half second, and then got the thrust up. She'd have been fine. So the top 3 names in the board, the medalists. This is the up to 86 kilo. Medeiros the gold for Brazil. And Feng in the over 86 kilo final gets the gold for China. Olinik, the silver for Ukraine in the European record. Deng, the bronze for China. And that's the 1, 2, 3 in the total lift as well. And in the under 86 kilo, the 1, 2, 3, Medeiros, Sugden, and Lin. And the 1, 2, 3 in terms of the total lift will be Medeiros, Lin, and Sugden. The victory ceremonies are on the way. So the up to 86 kilo, Medeiros 140, Sugden 128, Lin 108, the 1, 2, 3. And Taparova did really well, Turkmenistan. Got all of the lifts in from Group B, close in terms of the medals in the total lift, but didn't make it. And Uruguay, great to see Uruguay as well here. Well done. So quite a few victory ceremonies to come through here, and remember, in terms of the total lifts and so on, and the Legends competitions and the Next Gens, they all happen backstage. The main reason for that being first time that all of the new categories were competed for. All of the medal ceremonies were on stage, and they took a while to get through. Ended up delaying couple of competitions, so that's why it is the traditional 1, 2, 3 that gets awarded on stage, and then everything else is backstage. And this, first of all, the women's up to 86 kilo decider. And presenting the medals here is Mr. Isa Al Ali, the head of PR and logistics sector. It's bronze for Lin Su Hui of Chinese Taipei, going up to 108, and also it will be silver in the total lift for her. Good performance. Got all of her lifts in, that's important as well, and that's a help potentially towards maybe the Paralympic Games. Won the Paralympic golds previously, Athens 04, Beijing 08. She was 22. No, she wasn't. She was 20 when she won the first title. Louise Sugden gets the silver for Great Britain here. Gave it a real good go for a lifetime best of 132. Didn't get it. It is bronze in the total lift for her. And she's 8th in the race for Paris. Had she got the 132, then she'd be a place higher, having picked up the bronze in Tokyo, the 2018 European champion. But it really takes something to break 3 continental records on the same day, especially if you're the one who's held it, and it earned you a big gold at the end of last year. And Tiana Medeiros has made it work. 133, 136, 140. She wins the total lift as well, and she goes right up towards the top of the race to Paris as well. Gold for Brazil, Tiana Medeiros. Gold for Tiana Medeiros for Brazil, winning the total lift as well. And she's in a very strong position in terms of qualifying for the Paralympic Games. 140 she went to, the America's record. Sugden 128, tried 132, and Lin 108, the 123. And in terms of the total lift, that's the 132. Medeiros the gold, Sugden the silver, Lin the bronze, with Lin and Sugden swapping places for the total lift. Really good competition that, and you consider it was the world record attempt that came in the over this 86 kilo category. We had a total of 34 lifts and only 5 misses. That's fantastic. These weight divisions have been established for just about a decade and a half now nearly, and we had a whole multitude of continental records set today, and a world record attempt as well. Again, it's Mr. Aysal Ali, the head of PR and logistics sector, who will be presenting these medals here. Bronze for China for Deng Zhumei, the reigning Asia-Oceania Asian Games World and Paralympic champion in this weight division. Went up to 153. She still has her Asian record. And she has a bronze medal for today's efforts, and it's the same 1, 2, 3 in the total lift as well, as they got all their marks in. So Natalia Olinik breaking her European record 3 times today, and a lifetime best of 154 as well. Her European record in the weight division just down from this is 153. She's added to it here 3 European records, and it was only the final lift in regulation that denied her the gold. She has had some event today, but so too moving up a weight division for the day, Zheng Feifei. 155 she went up to. She led at the end of every round and had that world record attempt of 161, which was not successful. Josephine Orji of Nigeria still holding that from Rio 8 years ago. It's gold for China, for Zheng. That was a really great competition, and the world record under threat, and certainly Deng and Olinik were entitled to come out again if they fancied a tilt at the gold, but would have had to have been a tilt at a record as well, and Zheng came out and did that, went for the world record of 161, just missed out, and it wins on 155. Also puts her top in the race to Paris. This is the 1-2 and shadow 3, if you like, for Paris. In reality, with Zheng moving to the lower weight category, Olinik is the de facto number 1, Deng the number 2. But the 1-2-3 in this is the 1-2-3 in the race to Paris, with Deng, without Deng being the number 3, if you know what I mean. That was a great event. 3 European records for Olinik, almost a world record for Zheng, and that is the day. We're back tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. for day 5. We've the men's 107 up to 97 and 88 finals tomorrow morning. 10:30 it all begins. Join us for that. Until then, take care.